This may shock some of you to hear, but one of my favorite consoles of all time is the Nintendo Wii. It has its weaknesses, but I have very fond memories of it, and the library of games is immense. Sure, a lot of it is shovelware, but there's some great games in there too. I like collecting for it right now since prices are low, unlike other old consoles, and you can find some obscure yet awesome games. Enter Sin and Punishment Star Successor, an amazing on-rails shooter that you can pick up for under $10. Let's check it out. Sin and Punishment Star Successor was released in 2009 and was a follow-up to the N64 game Sin and Punishment, developed by the studio Treasure. I never knew how big of a fan of Treasure I was until I realized how many games they made that I love. Gunstar Heroes, Dynamite Headdy, Wario World, Alien Soldier, the list goes on. And they are particularly good at making bullet hell games like Radiant Silvergun and Ikaruga. With those credentials, you know that Star Successor is going to have some top-notch gameplay. While it's not the main attraction, gameplay is broken up with cutscenes for those who want a little story with their action. Our hero Issa is a part of a crew called the Nebulox, who send him out to hunt and eliminate a monster named Kashi. However, he has second thoughts about his mission when he meets her, as she appears to be a normal human and seemingly poses no threat. Issa flips the script and instead joins Kashi, and the two attempt to escape the planet. The Nebulox catch wind of this and send hundreds of thousands of enemies and enormous bosses to stop them. The story is only mildly interesting, though the ending is quite the twist. It turns out the Nebulox were right all along, and Kachi is actually the villain from the original. Ooh, whoops, sorry if I spoiled a 10-year-old game. But gameplay is the real star here. Sin and Punishment is a rail shooter, similar to House of the Dead, where you're constantly moving to new areas and you line up your crosshairs to blast away baddies. That alone would be enough to get me hooked, but instead of a first-person perspective, it's third-person. So you can see your character and can move them in all directions on the screen. Now a world of possibilities has opened up, because with freedom of movement you can weave around enemy fire, and believe me, there is tons. Screens can be absolutely jam-packed with bullets, so just moving around them isn't going to save you. Issa and Kachi have the ability to dive roll, and this will make them invulnerable for a moment, with bullets essentially passing right through you. While there are no power-ups, you can fire off a charge shot, which will deal massive damage. There's also a melee attack for hitting close enemies, but it can also send projectiles flying back to opposing shooters. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge as you fire your automatic laser gun at seemingly endless waves of enemies, until you meet the dozens of titanic bosses. Each level has multiple boss battles, and every new one ups the ante in difficulty and originality. The over-the-top boss fights are the best part of the game. It's all about recognizing the pattern, so if you can't do that, you won't go far. Your mind must be sharp to pick up the pattern, but your hands also have to keep up and execute quickly. Even on normal mode, this game is freaking tough. Don't be ashamed if you have to put it on easy, because it will still pose a nice challenge even to a veteran gamer. While levels can be fiery inferno of bullets that leave you in tears, there are thankfully ample checkpoints. So if you reach a boss and die, you're guaranteed to pick it up right before the battle. It strikes a good balance in difficulty, because while it's demanding, you're never left with your hopes smashed and wanting to quit. The game is tons of fun alone, but you guys know how much I love couch co-op, so bonus points here because you can bring a friend and team up for the ride. Issa and Kachi pretty much play the same, with only minor differences, as Kachi can auto-lock onto enemies. The whole excursion can take around 6 to 8 hours, but it's extremely replayable, with its pick-up-and-play arcade vibe, or if you're into setting high scores. When people think Wii, they're typically dreading the control scheme, because many games incorporated the horrible Wii waggle. But Star Successor does motion controls right, only using the Wii remote to point at the screen to move your crosshairs, with the nunchuck moving your character. And it actually works really well, and is more intuitive than moving the crosshairs with the analog stick. This is my preferred control method, though if you fancy a standard control scheme, a GameCube controller, classic controller, or even a Wii Zapper option is here. The game looks okay, but it definitely shows signs of aging, and it can be downright inconsistent in terms of sharpness, sometimes looking super crisp, and other times as if Vaseline is smeared across the screen. Issa and Kachi's designs are odd to say the least, kind of creepy and puppetish, but I love all the wild looking bosses. The color choices are again kind of muted,
but it makes sense since bullets need to be visible, so they should appear more vibrant and obvious. The soundtrack is serviceable with a few standout songs, and they definitely pump you up to make you feel like a one-man wrecking crew as you annihilate an army of robots. Star Successor should be in every Wii owner's collection, especially for the price. And Sin and Punishment is one of the few games by Treasure that ever received the sequel, and it is indeed a worthy successor.
Sin and Punishment Star Successor is an intense bullet hell game that to me is more like bullet heaven. If you like space shooters or arcade style games that are made for multiple playthroughs, make sure to pick this game up, since you can still find this Wii gem for under $10. Thanks for watching, guys. If you know of any great budget buys, let me know down in the comments below. I'll see you next time, and remember, it's all fun and games.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you liked that video, why not check out some more cheap buys by clicking the playlist down below. And if you like It's All Fun and Games, then make sure to subscribe. Thanks again.